Hey guys, Camford15 back at it with another video for you guys. A day later, but we're here with My Hero Academia manga chapter review for you guys. You're wondering why
Handicap.
manga chapter episode review, season 7. Jesus frick, man.
Anime review. Anime review.
Yes, not manga because my friend doesn't read the manga, even though the manga's in the epilogue and crazy shit is still happening.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. Anyways, I'm tired. Look, okay. Long story short, my friend here had to go to work yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
on a Saturday. Then he hung out with his friend. Then, okay, cool. You're thinking, all right, at least the episode review will probably go up Sunday morning. I had to work my Sunday morning, and obviously because I just made a big mess up, I'm clearly tired.
Uh, yeah, we had some unexpected things happen in our schedule. Uh, when I was called into work, it kind of happened last minute. So yeah, like I was not prepared, and yeah, that kind of ruined our plans for reviews, for hangouts, or anything we had.
Yep. Anyways, well, I guess one bright spot is I did get my Mike Trout bobblehead.
And one bright spot for me is that I bought this solo leveling shirt.
Well, this is not an Angels baseball video because I don't like to talk about the Angels, and this is not a solo leveling episode review. My Hero Academia. The fight for the final battle of Japan has started, only with, well, one shocking problem, and then another shocking problem in regards to Shigaraki. But we'll get to that soon. Anyways, we finally get the answer to how All For One was fooled. How was All For One fooled with the whole fact that he could tell that if you're lying to him or not?
Well, they use a certain technique from a certain someone called brainwashing.
Yeah,
I had a feeling that was the case. I had a feeling. I thought you told me before the season came out that he wasn't actually gonna have like any moments in this in this season, or no? Did you not say that?
I don't think I ever said that.
Because I thought you said season 5 was the last time he'll have like his moments,
Well, when I'm talking about, well, at that point in time in season 5, this
Oh,
shit
oh,
was
oh, oh,
just
oh, yeah,
starting
yeah,
out.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. I bet.
Like this was like just starting out. I think when we were in the anime and season 5, I think we were just going through the Dark Deku stuff in the manga.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, yeah, but Shinzo returns and we find out he actually controlled Monoma. No, not Monoma. We'll get to Monoma in a second, actually.
Yeah.
Ayama and his parents. So it went through the fact that, All For One couldn't tell if they were actually telling the truth because they were being brainwashed. Now All For One's like, well, I guess I didn't account for that, but all right, whatever. So yes. Now the next thing is the heroes are coming in. And the reason why the heroes are coming in is all due to Monoma. The very overconfident, cocky hero guy that in season 5 we wanted to see his ass get kicked, but I can't lie, I was standing up clapping, laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
And was proclaiming, "It's time to get crack-a-lackin'!"
I'm pulling the strings.
Yes. We kind of get a flashback scene where basically, in order for this plan to work, Monoma needs to copy Kurogiri's abilities to be able to make the portals. And at first, he kind of doubts himself on the fact that if he can do it, but then his teacher is like, "Listen, Monoma, I've seen you can do it." Because Monoma's talking out of the fact like, "Bro, I'm a side character. What the hell am I supposed to do and play this major role?" But his teacher's like, "No, dude, you're gonna play a pretty big role." And obviously this man, he's bringing all the heroes out and he's doing his typical Monoma freaking thing where he's like, I'm the star of the show. I'm just like, all right, Monoma, I gotta give it to you. You are the star of the show. If not for you right now, oh shit, I don't know what happens, because we even see him later in the in the episode. This time they're doing the whole, okay, let's block Shigaraki's quirks again with Aizawa's quirk. But this time Monoma's the one that's actually using Aizawa's ability to be able to make sure that Shigaraki's not using his quirks, or doesn't have activation to his quirks. Now we'll get to the scene later, but there's a huge problem with the fact that you wish he could maybe copy Kurogiri's quirk again to bring Deku back immediately, but again, we'll talk about that in a second. So you have the portals coming out. The portals are all coming out. The heroes are all coming out. They're all ready to fight. They're all ready to scrap. Dabi sees Endeavor, and
yeah. And hi, Dad.
the man loses. He sees Endeavor. He's like, "Oh, son!" Man is crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. He wants to kill Endeavor.
Don't tell me what to do, boss. I see Endeavor, I kill.
Now Shoto gets involved. He blocks him with his eye. He blocks that attack with his eyes. And obviously, Dabi's like, oh, you. Well. Welcome to the party, Shoto. Which, it gets things crazy. Mm-hmm. What then happens in this whole thing before everybody starts fighting?
Well, are you talking about the cage thing or the fact?
Yes, the cage stuff.
Yeah. They suddenly activate this cage, which captures like the main villains in them, and like the villains are all like, "You think those are gonna hold us?" And Dabi was all like, he breaks his, and he's like, "They're not even gonna last 3 seconds." And that's when Todoroki comes in, like, 3 seconds is all we need, and they start pushing them back. Those cages were actually meant to warp them someplace else. They're getting carried someplace else entirely. It's as planned. They're intending to separate All for One and Shigaraki, as well as the other villains as well.
Yes. Now, what is the one problem that happens in this pushing scene?
Yeah. During all this is happening, Deku suddenly gets grabbed from behind, and he gets warped into another portal. And yeah, things don't go as planned for the heroes for now.
Yes. Who ends up grabbing him?
The psycho girl Himiko Toga.
Yes. Deku's other girlfriend.
Whatever you guys want to call it.
Yes. She looks very happy. He's in the same battle area where Ochako's at. And when Ochako sees Deku, she's like, you're not supposed to be here. What the hell are you doing here? Mm-hmm. And obviously you see where next week's episode is potentially going to go. Possibly with a little bit of Shigaraki stuff, and then I'm guessing mostly Toga stuff with Deku. So is this going to be the moment when we see Toga somewhat confess to Deku or some shit like that? Or maybe does she ask Deku the same question that she asked Ochako back in the war arc?
Potentially.
Also, could this be the final moment where Ochako potentially confesses to Deku that she loves Deku and that Toga is not going to take him from her?
I hope so. I hope so. Just once. I just want to see it.
Just think of it, Denzel. Think of it. The fight for Deku. Yeah. 2 scorned women. Cat fight. I can't wait.
Because apparently that's what he's into, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyways, we see where Shoto and Dabi are at. They are at the All Might statue.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like they're about to square up. Now I know that's probably going to be your number 1 fight to watch.
Very possible.
Brother versus brother. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Brother that got jealous of younger brother because younger brother was literally made by abusive father to be the perfect superhero.
Yep.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. Now, it's funny. I bet you thought that Endeavor would be the one to fight and Dobby, right?
No, actually, I actually already know that Todoroki is going to end up fighting his own brother.
Oh, there you go. Now, what is going on? Go ahead.
As for Endeavor, I actually did not consider that the Endeavor was actually going to take on All for One.
I was about to ask you that question, but you answered it. Yeah, so Endeavor and Hawks are in the same location as All for One at the remains of whatever left is of the Gungan Mountain. Basically, if you remember back in the previous season, the mansion where they raided the villains the first time in the first war, that's where they're at, fighting All for One. Now, All for One's like, interesting. I never thought that you would take me on, but All for One's just kind of doing his monologue and his, I guess you can say, him trying to own Endeavor and Hawks. Now, Hawks tries to go for All for One, but that attack absolutely did nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so any attack from Hawks is going to be meaningless against All for One.
And then you just have it to where Endeavor's basically fighting against All for One, so it's number one hero versus number one villain right here. And basically you kind of have it to where All for One is kind of shit talking them both. He especially brings up the fact especially when he talks to Endeavor, he's just like, wow, you taking me on while you leave your two sons to fight. What a coincidence. Wow,
You're as cruel as ever.
Oh my goodness. Look, I hate All for One, but this mother effer, he is like the guy where he just comes up with these freaking like, he just shit talks. He's just a good shit talker.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, listen, at the end of the day, he is right. It is kind of fucked up. You make your two sons have to fight each other, basically to the death.
Mm-hmm.
The son you pushed away because you neglected him, and then the son that you basically abused your entire life because you wanted him to be this perfect hero because of your abusiveness. Wild how things work out. Now, we'll see where that goes. Now, before we talk about Shigaraki, since Endeavor and Hawks are fighting All for One, do you foresee any death flags with one of these two characters, if not both?
Yes, actually. I'm leaning more towards Endeavor, but yeah.
This could be Endeavor's last stand. Maybe this is finally his atonement. Now the question is, will he be able to take out All for One like All Might before him did?
No, I don't think he will. It's never going to be that easy.
We will see. As for Shigaraki, what is Shigaraki, or where is Shigaraki at?
He's supposed to be where Deku's supposed to be, but Deku's not there. He's right by the UA classrooms and everything.
Yes. So Shigaraki is basically they transport Shigaraki to a flying fortress, a legitimate flying fortress in the sky, barricaded by electromagnetic barrier that characters like Kaminari and other characters that can use electric abilities are basically charging. Now Bakugo gets in there and he's like, Best Genius, the plan's all fucked up. They caught on to us. And Best Genius is like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? And basically Bakugo's like, listen, Deku got pulled into another area. Eventually we see All Might and Tsukauchi. They're basically kind of like Alfred from Batman. They're on the comms basically watching in on this and they're shocked. Now they're like, wait, where the hell is Deku? He's basically in this water park area with the water park characters. That's where we're left off on there, right?
Yep.
Now, in the meantime, Bakugo's like, well, I guess it is what it is. We got to fight Deku. Or not Deku. We have to fight Shigaraki at the end of the day. Well, Mirako was like, well, who the hell cares? We got to fight him, right? So we got to do what we got to do. So, basically, the best case is they're gonna try to defeat Shigaraki and fight, but this potentially could be AKA Dragon Ball Z shit right here with the Snake Way incident, where they probably have to stall till Deku can get here and maybe might help the situation at hand.
Yeah, well, you see how it's turning out so far for the heroes at the end of this episode. Is that our first death? That's my question.
What do you mean by that?
Is that our first death? I'm asking.
Why would I spoil anything? Oh, you're talking about the Mirako thing.
Yes.
I'll get to that in a quick second. First things first.
You sure like to make things awkward.
Oh, I'm so sorry. First things first. Anyways, Shigaraki, he's just like, what the hell's going on? Where am I at? And he's like, UA, what the hell? He ends up decaying the ground. What then happens?
The ground gets replaced by more cement platforms.
Yes. So basically, the plan is, one, to keep Shigaraki in the air so he can't do his crazy decay abilities. Plus, he likes to go all over the place. You keep him inside the barrier with the electricity because he ends up going back to the barrier and gets shocked by the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the meantime, he can't even use his decay on the ground because they have a backup plan for a backup plan for a backup plan. Basically, we see where the other supports, the support class students, and also obviously Cementos and Momo are doing. So Cementos is making cement blocks. Momo's kind of making, I guess you could say, the metal to help out with the replacement grounds. And then you just have the support class basically tell the teacher, hey, we got to go up here. There's damaged floors right here. We need ground right there. And they basically push it up and replace the damage that Shigaraki did. So basically, Shigaraki can't use decay like he wants to potentially to without it getting repaired. Now, the question is, why not just destroy everything? No idea. But man's just thinking at the fly. But eventually, he looks to do another one of his quirks. He looks to do the electromagnetic pulse thing blast he's been doing, but it's not working because he ends up looking, and lo and behold, you have Aizawa there with his quirk activated in a distance, but Monema's mostly acting on the quirk and using his quirk ability because we know Aizawa's kind of compromised because he's only got one eye, and let's be honest, 2 eyes are better than 1. In this case, maybe 3 eyes, but you get my point. He can't use his quirk like he once did back in season 6 before he got injured pretty badly.
Yeah.
So Monema is legitimately the MVP. Now the problem is this. Now we know Monema could probably use Kurogiri's quirk, his copy ability on Kurogiri again, maybe warp Deku back. What is the only problem with that? Well, Shigaraki probably get his quirks back, and I don't think that would be enough time to basically come up with countermeasures.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how Deku gets there, but it's gonna be very interesting. Anyways, the heroes start attacking Shigaraki, and they start beating his ass. They start kicking his ass. Best Genius is throwing like these lead pipes or these iron wires or whatever, and they're affecting Shigaraki, but Shigaraki's just decaying them and jumping around like a rabbit.
I'll be right back.
Apologies for that interruption, but yes, Monema's doing that. So while Monema's doing that, they're fighting. But like I said, Best Genius is firing off attacks, but Shigaraki, this is before Monema starts doing. He's doing his decay, but even after the decay, he starts dodging more of those attacks and everything. And all the heroes are getting their shots in. The heroes that are there are Best Genius, Mirako, who's got a... My God! Her body's basically got a bunch of... Well, let's just say enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Bakugo's there. Nejire is actually there. Tamaki's there too. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then Edgeshot is there. Edgeshot is also there too. Again, put in the comment section if I missed any hero, but yes. Look, Nejire's there. Hopefully Nezure doesn't die. We know she's like the least important member of the big three.
Hearing you say that is kind of heartbreaking.
I'm just saying, like, I don't want my girl to die. I love Nezure.
Mm.
Plus, she needs some payback.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess we never noticed that she cut her hair. No, actually, we never mentioned. We noticed. We just never mentioned that she cut her hair.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She
We
did
noticed.
cut her hair.
We just never mentioned it.
So, what are your thoughts on her haircut? Do you like her more with the long hair or more with the short hair now? Or you need to see more with the short hair?
Well, personally, I do like girls with long hair, but either way works fine with me.
So, aka, you're still thirsty for Nezure.
Shut up, bro. Anyways.
There's nothing wrong with Nezure. Nezure is hot.
Shut up, bro. Anyways, moving on.
Anyways, I'm not as hot as Momo, but we get my point. I'm not as hot as Lady Nagant. Lady Nagant's a snack. Sorry.
Still waiting to see if she's gonna appear again in the future.
Oh yeah, you think so? Do you think she's gonna come back?
No idea. No idea. I have no clues. That was the last time I ever saw her, and then that's it. You had me going with her, that you were simping for her, and now I'm still waiting for her to come back again. But I don't know.
Anyways, they're clashing with Shigaraki, and how does the episode end in this fight?
Shigaraki pulls a fast one, and his arm starts to get all deformed, and then he slams it into Mirako, potentially killing her. I have no idea.
And that's where we're left off on the cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, his whole hand mutated into these fingers.
What kind of quirk is that?
Yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, what the hell's going on? Man's whole arm turned into fingers. Is this some sort of weird mutation? Do you think this could be?
It might as well be at this point, after all, like, the quirks and all the stuff that he's been through. Just look at what he's become.
Yep. So, yeah, and we know Shigaraki's thing is all about the hands of these fingers and things like that. So, now just imagine if he unleashed this and he had his quirks. She's probably dead, because he would probably decay her.
Yeah. So that's the first death.
Huh? Did you even watch the next episode preview?
I didn't even see her, so I don't know. I didn't even see her in the preview, so I don't know.
Well, I guess you'll have to find out next week then.
Huh.
But if you're really fearful that she's dead, then I don't know why you're worried, but it's all right.
What can I say? She gives me Mary Leona vibes.
Oh, okay. Anyways, any other final thoughts? So then I can go lay down and watch Demon Slayer.
Well, I'm glad I can. I wish I can. I'm gonna get on YouTube and do some Stellar Blade that you've been waiting for.
Let's go, Stellar Blade. And also too, you'll be seeing it coming out soon, maybe in a few hours. But Resident Evil 2. I did a Resident Evil 2 Part 1, and yeah.
Boy. Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I look forward to it. I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Oh, it's going to go up today.
Make sure you guys keep an eye out too. And on both our channels, on both my Stellar Blade or any other thing that I upload on my channel, because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that my friend Cameron here watches on the channel, the Stellar Blade playthrough.
Here's my thing. I watched the stupid Fighter Z video that I almost raged out.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as when we did it off camera, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I legit got scared, guys. That's why in the middle of, when we were playing that day, I was like holding back a bit when I was like fighting him. Like, I did not want to like go any harder on him. Like, Cameron, are you okay?
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for me. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's it.
Now the question is, are you finally gonna beat Matrix 11?
Probably depends how much further I have to go in Matrix 11.
I need you to beat Matrix 11, please, so you can get to the next part.
Yeah, I also need to do the side quests again.
Yeah, you should spend most of your next stuff doing side quest.
Yeah,
That should be the next
I hope you guys won't be bored by that. But
you can never. There's always the nice side quests have these nice small stories to build the characters up and stuff.
Anyways, I'm gonna get to it.
Yes, and I'm gonna revel in the Leon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys. Peace.
See.